Mm. Ah, little lunchtime coffee here, folks. Mm. Hey, it's Power Lunch. I'm Neil, and we're back for another chat. We're going to talk about an article I discovered here in Japan. Interesting insights into the youth, the new generation, Generation Z. Generation Z in Japan. What are they doing? What are they thinking? What are their plans for the future? That's going to be our topic today. I was very busy for about a week and I could not do Power Lunch. And I was so sad. I missed Power Lunch. I hope you feel the same way. Let me know where you're at and let me know what you're having for lunch or what you're planning to have for lunch. Always interesting to know. さあ、今日もほぼ英語でいきます。最後、日本語でまとめますが、Power Lunch でございます。今日は面白い記事を紹介したいと思います。Got an interesting story. Let me go full screen here. Japanese teens in 2025 dreams of stability in an uncertain future. This is the title. This story was written by Mark Kennedy. He's a gaijin like me, living here in Japan. I believe he lives in Oita in on the island of Kyushu, Oita Prefecture. Beautiful area down there. And he writes very interesting stories and creates content on Substack. So if you're interested, you can follow him there. A nationwide survey reveals how Generation Z and Generation Alpha navigate anxiety, career choices, and identity in modern day Japan. So, I got to go even bigger here, huh? Let's see if we can go. There we go. I'll make myself real small. So from June 6th to June 16th of the year 2025, an online survey was conducted targeting middle and high school students here in Japan. A total of 1,000 students participated in the survey, including 200 middle schoolers and 800 high school students. So it's mostly high school students they were asking these questions. And the survey was part of the 6th annual survey of middle and high school students' perceptions of their future, finding out what the youth of Japan are visualizing for their future. Okay, it's quite interesting. 61% of middle schoolers and 54% of high school students believe their future will be bright. So they're optimistic about their future, more than half. Yet, 77% of high school students feel anxious about Japan's outlook, which is up 5 points from 2024. So this is kind of negative. They're worried about Japan's future, but they feel their personal future is positive. So it's like, okay, maybe they're planning to leave Japan and they feel optimistic about it. Civil servant or komuin in Japanese is now the top career choice for both male and female high school students. Wow. Komuin. 68% of middle schoolers, 60% of high school students want to get married. The 1 in 3 female high school students say they don't want children. Oh no, this is where the problem lies. 1 in 3 female high school students says, no children for me. I don't want children. Mendokusai. Okay. 80% of middle schoolers are fine with girls wearing slacks as part of their school uniform. 75%. Oh, here we go. 75% of middle school girls support boys wearing makeup. Oh my God. I'm old. I feel really old now. Now I feel extremely old. Boys wearing makeup. Okay. Whatever. We got a comment here. Thanks for your comment. Howdy. I had a dinner of Tex-Mex. Oh, sounds so good. A few days ago, I made chili con carne, or chili con carne, as we say in America or Mexico. Chili con carne. It was good. It was delicious. Tex-Mex. That sounds delicious. So look at this survey. Occupations that are rising. So occupations that are more popular than last year: civil servant, teacher, and IT engineer. And occupations that are fading, losing popularity: YouTuber, entertainer, and game streamer. Interesting. So the modern digital online dream is starting to fade a little bit as reality sets in. Looking for meaning in life: gaming for boys and idol support. あれはなんだっけ、ファン活じゃなくて、ファンサービス、違う。何活 I forget what it's called. Idol support and music for girls. Most admired trait in adults is good manners. How interesting. So the Japanese youth, high school students, middle school students, their most admired training in adults are people who have good manners. I know how to use a knife and a fork. Okay, let's look at some more data. This is very interesting. Now we're getting into the real data here, okay? So we're comparing 2025 results, middle school girls, with 2024 results. Last year, entertainer, singer, or actor was the number one occupation goal for Japanese middle school girls, right? At 18%. This year, it's dropped to 15%. And civil service is gaining. Company employing, kaishain. Wow, there's no dream in that one. Illustrator, teacher, nursery, kindergarten teacher, veterinarian at a zoo or an aquarium. Interesting. Last year we had interior fashion designer was in the list, and doctor disappeared. Nobody wants to be a doctor anymore. Interesting. And even like nurse isn't even on the top 6. What about boys? Middle school boys, 2025, number 1, komui, civil servant. I want to be a civil servant. I want to serve my country. Interesting. Number 2 is professional sports athlete. Number 3, YouTube content creator. And number 4 is company employee. So the young boys, the middle school boys, I think a lot of them are still seeing the dream to be a professional athlete, to be a YouTube content creator like me. You can be like me if you want. But the top is civil servant, whereas last year it was YouTube content creator at 23%. So big drop. YouTube content creator has gone way down. Are the kids saying, it's too hard? You can't be successful. You can't make, or are their parents? Maybe their parents are saying, no YouTube content creator. You must be a civil servant. Join the self-defense force. Go work at the city office. Interesting. Very interesting. What about high school? High school girls, here, when you're in high school, you start to think more seriously about your future. There's a lot of pressure in Japan from society. Are you going to go to university? Are you going to work? Where are you going to apply to? But across the board, both high school girls and high school boys, both very close, 12.3% and 13.3%. Civil servant is the top. For girls, number 2 is teacher, nurse, company employee, entertainer, nursery, school teacher, and hairdresser. For boys, IT engineer, company employee, teacher, YouTube content creator drops again, entertainer, and at number 7, driver or pilot. 結構現実的なやつ. So there's a job with a lot of reality. Like, I'm going to try to be a civil servant, good pay, security, easy job, hopefully. If that doesn't work, I can just be a normal corporate employee. If that doesn't work, I'll be a teacher. And if I'm no good at teaching, I'll try to be a YouTube content creator. If that doesn't work out, God damn it, I'll just become a driver or a pilot. I don't think pilot is so easy. Interesting how these numbers are moving. Last year, in 2024, for the boys, the number 1 was IT engineer or programmer, above civil servant. So what is this all saying? What is this all saying to us? The context: Japan's Generation Z and Generation Alpha are coming of age amid rising living costs, natural disasters, and geopolitical instability, including war in Ukraine, tensions between Iran and Israel, U.S. tariffs. It's no wonder that stability beats dream big. Yeah, I think the whole world, maybe I don't think high school or middle school kids in Japan are concerned with or pay any attention to Ukraine-Russia war, Iran-Israel, maybe tariffs because it's talked about on the news, or maybe their parents work for Toyota or some big company and they hear that business is not so good. So the overall mood has gone down. Before we had YouTube, game streamer, entertainer, musician, soccer player, and now it's 公務員。あんたね、公務員狙った方がいいよ。By the way, there's a great quote here, and William Smith Clark, who came to Japan and was the founding president of the Sapporo Agricultural College, now known as Hokkaido University or Hokudai. He had the famous quote, "Boys be ambitious." Here in Hokkaido, where I live, you'll see the sign in many places and the image of William Smith Clark standing on a hill with a long coat, flowing in the wind behind him, looking into the distance with a strong gaze. Boys, be ambitious. This is a very popular phrase here in Hokkaido. What happened to boys be ambitious? It's gone. 2025. Boys be civil servants. I'm not being, mean. I think civil servants, very important. Very good job. And in Japan, it definitely represents stability. That's what it always has been. Hi. But, I think we should still try to dream big. Between the lines, today's teens tend to separate passion from profession. They're very content to keep their hobbies such as gaming, fandom, and music as personal joys, not necessarily linked to careers. So they're separating their personal passions, their hobbies, from their work choice. They don't want to put them together. Me, all I think about and all I have thought about my entire life is how to make money from things I like to do. That's me. Maybe that's Generation X. I just want to do me. I want to do me and get paid. That's my dream and always has been. High school girls are becoming more skeptical of traditional family paths. Nearly 1/3 reject the idea of having children, which highlights how demographic headwinds may worsen. Yeah, this is probably the worst result in this whole survey. When asked which celebrity they would consult about their future, boys chose Hikakin, Japan's YouTube pioneer. Wow, that's interesting. So if you want to ask ask some advice, they would talk to Hikakin. Girls, on the other hand, picked Matsuko Deluxe. What? A TV personality known for his blunt honesty. So Matsuko Deluxe is what do we call that in Japan? New hafu. What is that called? Basically transvestite. Is a man, born a man, dresses up as a woman, quite heavy set, overweight woman. Very interesting personality, very funny, very smart. I like Matsuko Deluxe. I think he's great, or she's great, whatever you want to call him. TV personality known for the blunt honesty. So that's so interesting. So the girls would ask advice from a middle-aged, elderly transvestite. And the boys want to ask advice from a sort of nerdy, otaku poi YouTuber. Wow. And both genders overwhelmingly chose Shohei Ohtani, the global baseball star who embodies talent, discipline, and humility. Interesting. And that's so however, when asked who they want to become, I see. So the image of the youth, I want to be like Ohtani Shohei. That's equal for both boys and girls. How interesting. Wonderful. He's such a star, and I admit he is well-mannered, disciplined, talented, and has a lot of humility. So that's a great person to aim for. I do agree with that. Yeah, interesting stuff. What do you guys think? How is this going to take Japan into the future? This new generation, Generation Alpha, Generation Z, Generation Z, with these kind of attitudes, not wanting to have kids, wanting to have a stable life, and then enjoy their own passions and their hobbies separate from their job. 今日のトピックはこのマーク・ケネディさんが書いた記事、サブスタックで、定期的にね、日本のことをいろいろ、外国人目線から、記事上げてる人なんですけど、すごく面白いまとまった記事をいつも書いてくれて、僕読んでるんで、興味があったらぜひ皆さんフォローしてください。ポッドキャストとかもたまにやって、ゲスト迎えて、デブのオカマ。今コメント見た。マツコ・デラックス、デブのオカマ。はい、そうですね。はい、オカマですね。そうだ、日本語でね。このジェン Z、ジェンアルファがどう考えてるか、今、公務員が上がってきたという話でしたね。統計を取ったら、去年と随分、変わってきてると。中学生の女性、去年はね、1、2、3、4、5、7番に公務員が入ってたんですよ。中学生の女性。それがいきなり今年2位になってるんですね。14% の答えた人が公務員になりたいと思ってると。ずいぶん上がってきました。公務員のイメージ、何なんかテレビドラマがあった？何があったの？ What happened? What did I miss? 何かあったんですね。男性の方は1個だけ上がりました。去年は2、公務員 13%。今年は1、16%。でも結構パーセンテージ的には上がってる。2位がアスリート、3が YouTube コンテンツクリエイター。そうだ！あなたも僕みたいになれるぞ。頑張ろう！会社員。これ一番なんか夢のない答えですよね。4番。会社員でいいかな？俺、そうだな。会社員かな？なんかもうちょっとないの？IT engineer, teacher, and researcher. なるほど。And then if we look at the high school girls, civil servant also jumped up. 去年から公務員が1に上がってますね、今年ね。はい。これ結構面白いですね。ファッションデザイナーとか去年あったけど、それも消えてます。ファッションデザイナーも落ちてます。だんだん現実的になってきてるんですかね。男性、高校生の男性、日本で公務員が1、13.3%。去年は IT エンジニア、プログラマーだったんですね。で、e ゲームクリエイターとか e ゲームストリーマーっていうのは、去年5位に入ってたのに、今年は消えてますね。ゲーム関係はもう消えてます。エンターテイナー、YouTuber っていうのはまだ入ってるんだけどね。この北海道のね、有名な人、ウィリアム・スミス・クラーク、1800年代、北海道に来て、北海道大学の立ち上がり、いたんですけど、Boys Be Ambitious というこの有名な言葉、北海道に住んでるとね、これよく目にすることあります。銅像があったり、看板に書かれたり、地下鉄のなんかどっかに書いてたりとか、とにかくこの Boys Be Ambitious という言葉が北海道でかなり、目立ってるんだけど、あんまり若い子にこれが伝わってないんでしょうか。それともね、若い子的には、いやいや、もう十分公務員になるのは大変だから、それが boys be ambitious になってるよということなんでしょうかね。あと、今の若い子がこれを見ると、自分の興味のあるもの、ホビー、趣味的なパッションのものと仕事を一緒にしない。これをこう別々で存在するので、十分こう満足する。そういう結果でしょうかね。あと、女性。3人に1人は子供を持たなくていいっていう答えをしてるんですね。Wow, that's kind of big. 1/3 of all the girls are saying they don't need children. で、最後笑ってたのはね、男性が芸能人になんか相談するとしたら誰ですかって言ったら、日本の YouTuber、有名な YouTuber、ヒカキン。結構僕的にはオタクっぽい人なんですけどね。で、女性がマツコ・デラックス。マツコ・デラックスに相談事とか自分の未来について語りたい人ナンバーワンがマツコ・デラックス。わお、面白い。女性じゃなくて、オカマと相談したい。そういうことなんですね。すごい。And どっちも狙いたい。こういう風になりたいっていう目標の人は大谷翔平なんですね。素晴らしい。That's good. That's a good answer. Interesting article and interesting data coming out of Japan. We'll have to see how this generation does, but does feel like things are kind of mellowing out. The dream of becoming a content creator or a gamer or one of these kind of more individual type of professions is fading, and we're heading into a more stable, back to basics kind of lifestyle in Japan. ね、ちょっとこの夢のある感じが消えて、現実味、値段が上がってるし、インフレだし、なんとか安定した生活を送らなきゃ、そういう意識になってるんですね。ただね、日本は人口が減っていく中、仕事はいい仕事いっぱいあるはずなんですけどね。僕的には、その仕事をする人が有利。会社がみんなもうとりあえず、学校もとりあえずですもんね。今、高校、大学行けない人はいないって言われてる、大学が余ってるぐらいなんで、仕事も、ね、強気でいけるんじゃないかなっていう気がするんですけどね。Interesting topic. I hope you like that. I hope we learned something. And I hope you had a nice lunchtime break, or maybe it's dinner time wherever you are. Look at some of these nice comments. Hey, thank you for all your comments coming in from Texas, I believe. Civil servant equals stable income. Yeah, I think in Japan that is the number one reason. Everybody has the image of working for the government in some capacity means you'll have a stable income and you don't have to worry about getting fired. You can just sit there until you're 65 years old and then retire. And one more comment. I hope that because they were born in a country without war, they will be able to live with big dreams. Yeah, I agree with that. I also think maybe, we have in Japan the heiwa boke. A lot of people like to say heiwa boke, heiwa boke. And I do think there is some truth to that. Because Japan is so peaceful and protected, there is a lack of competitiveness. I think sometimes the stress and the aggression that you have even in America or some other countries maybe creates more aggressiveness in people looking for jobs or chasing their dreams or trying to build a better life. And maybe Japan is a little too relaxed. Is it too easy? I don't know if that's the right word. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up there, folks. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back tonight with another episode of America Today. We're going to look for some more news, and I think it's going to be fun and interesting. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're broadcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, and X, so you can watch in 3 different places, and I will see you again tonight. それではまた夜会いましょう on America Today. Bye bye. Have a good day, everybody. Good lunch too, I suppose.